Is that shit blurry, dude? There you go. There we go. There we go. We are about to. It's nice and charged up, boy. Ready to go. Ready to go. Just gotta make sure it's on and ready by the time I connect it up. There we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. We are live. All right. Whoa. Pressed the button by accident. We are live. How's everybody doing? Let me see. There we go. It's good. I don't know why it's like blurry though. Not quite sure. Hopefully it's clear enough for you all to see. Gotta be careful with all these buttons on. Yeah, it is red. I knew it. Why is it red on that side? Okay, there we go. I wonder if that. I gotta look that up. I wonder if that's noise cancellation. I think it is. I think it is. But I gotta look it up. Those buttons are. All right. We are all set and live, ready to go. It's my glasses that are cleaning. We're going to do a poll too. I got to put a poll up for alien contact. Hey, Darwin, what's good, man? How you doing, brother? Am I going to be able to put a poll up? Or what? Oh, man, I probably should have brought the tablet out. Good. Welcome, everybody. I think I'm going to grab my tablet. Because then I can put a poll up for you guys, because there's no option to do that. And I keep forgetting, and I really do need to bring my tablet so I could write things in the chat. So give me 1 second, y'all. Ponder on this one, okay? Wait, let me ponder on this one. What is WSG? Bays Beluga Ball God? What does Yo WSG mean? So what I was going to say is ponder on this one. Oh, what's good? Oh, okay. Interesting. That's interesting. That's just like, this is awesome AF, right? It's just like that one, right? AF. An interesting one though. Now I know. Thank you for informing me. But anyways, ponder on this one, guys. How do you feel about the government disclosing that we've had contact with aliens on this planet, that they've been walking amongst us for forever? How do you feel about Brianna? What's good? Welcome to the live stream. Tap the like button, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to grab my tablet. Give me 2 seconds. Ponder on this one. How do you feel about the government releasing, and if it's really even truthful, as to what they're releasing, that the documents aren't going to be doctored up or anything of that nature, but, that there's actually contact. Now, I'm coming from a place of, I know there's contact. I know we have extraterrestrials here. But I'm just asking you all. I already know. I already communicate with them. I've already been up to the spaceships. I see spaceships all the time. Um, so my question to you is, do you believe that there's higher dimensional beings? And I call them higher dimensional beings because I think that calling them aliens or ETs is not as derogatory, but I think aliens is derogatory. Um, to me, I think it's a derogatory word. I feel it's just as bad as using the N word. Because at the end of yeah, everyone tap that like button, man. Um, because, you know, we are them and they are us, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. When you leave your physical body, you may go to another planet where you run a whole race of extraterrestrials. That might be, you might be the commander in chief on another planet. I don't understand what you're saying. It's stupid if it would not be we are not so smart. What does that mean? Can you please explain? I'm not quite sure what you mean there, but give me 2 seconds. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. Tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be right back. I'm grabbing my tablet. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, that's the way it was going. Well, right now she's sleeping. Is this Brianna Luna's friend? Brianna? I'm wondering. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's sleeping, I think, and doing her meditation, yoga, and stuff, and what have you. Because it's still about we must have more smart people. How are not killing each other? Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. We will and we are, because either way, their consciousness level is going to rise just as ours will. That's funny, Sankey. No, you're not bothering anybody by asking a question. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I'll let her know you asked about her. No, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. She's doing, her morning routine and what have you, because it's still early. She's on the West Coast, which is like, I don't know, like 7 o'clock in the morning. Here's the thing, though, man. You have to understand. You have to understand that everything is happening for a reason. People killing each other is karmic. Things that are occurring, there's a rhyme and a reason for it, even though you can't see it right now. But it is helping and assisting us to raise our consciousness higher. Those people chose to do that before their soul came here, whether you agree with it or not. for a reason. Like I said, a lot of it is karmic that they're clearing from past lives to assist humanity to move forward so that we can raise our consciousness, so we can live in a higher vibration, which is the fifth dimension and higher, so that we can live in harmony and peace, because we are supposed to. Anybody that thinks it's supposed to be this way is sadly mistaken. So think of it as somebody choosing to go into the military and losing their life for your country. It's the same exact thing. Their soul chose, just like Jesus chose to lay on the cross for us. It's the same exact thing. The soul chose to essentially, give up their life for freedom, for humanity to raise their consciousness. Yes, we are, Doug. Dog, Hugga, we totally are. We're all one and we're all connected. So think of it as they're doing it for us. Just like I'm doing this for humanity. I am here to wake people up. I'm here to help and assist humanity in remembering who they are. I'm on the front lines, whether you believe it or not. We all are. We're all doing our part, whether you're in the limelight or you're not. Whether you're in front of thousands of people or you're not, you're still playing a part in this ascension process that humanity is going through. Whether it's you working at a job and smiling and helping people to laugh more, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big you think somebody's position is here on this earth. They have a big part and a big role. And you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, what connections they have to the secret space program, to alien contact, to, spirits on the other side. A lot of us are being guided and directed in some way, shape, or form. You too, Brianna. Take care, man. I appreciate you. And don't feel bad about asking about Luna. I appreciate you asking about her, man. And thank you very much. And that means the world to her, that people even are asking where she is and why she's not here. So keep asking. Ask. The only question that is stupid is the one that's not asked. So I have a lot of love for you, man. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for tapping the like button. Thank you for telling everybody else to like the video. I appreciate you, man. And sending you lots of love. Matthew, what's good, brother? You made it to the live stream. I didn't even realize you were here, brother. You must have came in when I went to go get the tablet. But know this much, okay? These people that are murdering and killing others and blah, 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 there's a reason for it. Trump sounding the horn for Iran and Israel going at war overnight, there's a purpose behind it. There is a purpose. And let me tell you what, man, you guys have no idea. Maybe you do. There is a lot of people that are on this channel that follow us that know about these things, but there is hidden things underground in those areas that they don't want us getting our hands on. And that's what the war is over. All these wars, they're protecting the area. They're protecting the things that are underneath the land that has been hidden for thousands of years from us, which gets me to the next point of what I was talking about yesterday. I've heard something, Jim Carrey's name's going around a lot lately. I don't know fully what happened because I don't watch the mainstream news, but I've been hearing a lot of his name going around. Something, do you think, will the evil reincarnate as insects and more? No. You know why? Because, they will. They're going to have to go through rehabilitation. Their soul's going to have to go through healing and rehabilitation, if and when they're even allowed to reincarnate ever again, that soul. But, hold on. Let me just bring up the YouTube live here before I get into it. See, the thing is, as you guys know, ladies and gentlemen, and why are we not showing up on the live stream? Like the slide. Wow. Oh, yeah, it is. Here it is. Okay. The slide. Wow. Oh, yeah, it is. Here it is. Okay, I just got to mute it. Now we're going to sign in. Oh, God, I need the password, man. Shoot. Let me see if I can sign into my other account without the password right now. All right. Well, that's good. Let me type test in here. All right. Well, that's good. Let me type test in here. All right. Well, that's good. Let me type test. Where's the mute? Where's the mute? I guess that's the one. Oh, there we go. I'll just turn the volume down. All right, we got it. It's like not working like it's supposed to be working because there's no mute or volume control on this YouTube. But I was able to log in as my other account, so that's good. So perfect. Now I can kind of see the chat. I could type in the chat if you guys need to know something. I could post a link. Yeah, this is what I've got to do from now on. Just make sure I have my tablet when I go live with you guys. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying. And if you want, feel free to, well, actually what I could do real quick is look up. Let's see what's happening with Jim Carrey. Oh yeah, I do remember people were actually saying it's not him anymore. He was replaced. Scar, what's good, man? Wow, I haven't seen you in a long time, my boy. Yeah, a lot of people now that I think about it, now that you bring it up, a lot of people are saying that he was replaced, cloned, so to speak. Yeah, he completely looks like, it doesn't even look like him, to be quite honest. So yeah, that's what I remember hearing something about that. Okay, so getting back to a lot of these areas that like Russia and all these other places have had things hidden underground in tunnels and dumbs and things of places like that. And I mean, I don't know how many of you heard about the Trump pulled the whistle, sent in military overnight into Iran. It's all happening for a reason. They have a lot of information underground and on that land that is they don't want people getting their hands on. You have to understand too that a lot of these leaders run everything, run the entire planet. A lot of them are reptilian based, ETs, all those kind of things that is about to get so-called disclosed, and I do believe it will. I know for a fact that Trump is his sole contracted to be here, and I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not anybody's supporter. I just want people to, be like Captain America, Superman, here to save the world. Make the world a better place. And it is technology. That's part of it. Yes. Especially under Jerusalem. There's pyramids under there. There's information about there's the connection to free energy under Israel that they've been hiding. Antarctica. It goes on and on. All of this is going to continue to get disclosed. Oh yeah, they got piles of that they secured that was under the Vatican, that the Vatican was hiding from everyone and stealing and robbing from people. Yeah, well, no, they've got to, Johnny, but it's not going to happen because we're dismantling it all. That's what we all came here for. That's what you're here for. That's why you're on this channel. That's why you found us. That's why you found this community, because you resonate with all of this and you're here as a volunteer. And we're here to break it all down so that we can create new systems out of love. There is medbed technology, there's replicators. You don't need, people say, well, you can't have a world without money. Yes, you certainly can. There's technologies that you can make food with that will replicate an apple a million times over. You could fill a grocery store with a replicator. Okay? All for free. It comes from the universe. I don't know how the technology works. I'm sure I do when I'm in soul form, because I know that I know that I'm a part of the Galactic Federation. I know that we're all multidimensional, so we're working in different places at different times, even during our sleep. A lot of us are a part of the secret space program. A lot of us are in the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation is who watches the planet, who makes sure that things don't exceed what they're supposed to. Like, if it got to the point where we were going to nuke the whole planet. Now, mind you, again, they're monitoring this war, that it doesn't get out of hand. Okay? That it doesn't get to the point where it destroys the planet. Yeah, wow, that's pretty interesting. So how do you do it? Do you do it with, like, is it digital currency? So it's like it's all linked together, and it's all to keep humanity dumb, enslaved, and in fear and easily controlled. That is the whole purpose of all of it. And the ones in control, it's a select few, and again, I have to be mindful of what I say on here and how much I do say. I'm going to say as much as I'm guided to say, and that's that. And but I have to use, obviously, words as well. Um, because we're not out of the woods just yet. There's still control over these platforms, over the words we speak. It's not the same as it was like 1,000 years ago, where you got your head chopped off for, you know, speaking your truth. But there's still levels to this game that you have to be mindful of. Still, but we're getting past that. And this thing happening in Iran and with Israel is going to bring more freedom to humanity. We're abolishing these leaders that have been leading things for so long, who actually have access to the replicators, who actually have access to healing wands and med beds. And Trump has kind of put it out there a little bit. He did put a video out talking about these med beds that can grow limbs, that can grow a finger back, that can heal you completely, that can rejuvenate you. That's why there is, and there has been, individuals that have lived for like 1,000 years. Again, keep in mind, everything that we've consumed and everything, our air, even the air we breathe and the water we drink, has been poisoned to some level. And I've thought about this since being a little kid. Why would a soul choose to come here to just detox all the time and fast and not enjoy the amazing things that being human has to offer? Why would you choose to come here and work 90 hours a week to only have enough to scrape by? You know what I'm saying? Why is there such a divide in who's wealthy and between wealthy and poor and middle class, and and then you have different cars, and if you have this type of car, you're like of some status, versus if you don't. You know what I mean? There's reasons for all of it. It's to create separation and divide. which then keeps you in a lower frequency and a lower vibration, which then keeps you from seeing higher dimensional beings, which then keeps you from healing, being healthy, and you're easily controlled and you're in fear and you're easily manipulated. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, and then you're going to have the NPCs, the non-player characters that will say, because you don't work, you're lazy, and you're like a bottom feeder and whatever. There's all kinds of names that they come out with. But let me tell you what, most light workers don't resonate with the 9 to 5. And I don't judge anybody for doing that, because again, everyone has a rhyme and a reason and a purpose for being here. Do I believe that it is supposed to be this way? No, but a lot of us are getting us to the point where we move into these higher levels of consciousness, where we will do our passion and purpose as to why we're here. And we'll do what we love. And we'll do what we enjoy. And we won't do things out of slavery or because we think that we have to do it or we're forced to do it. That will be no longer. We're moving into community. We're moving into love. We're moving into unity. We're moving into unity consciousness. We're moving into the Aquarian age, the age of love, the golden age, like Trump has spoken about numerous times. And if you go back to some of my really old videos, man, I've been talking about this for years, the golden age. And we're getting very close to entering the golden age, the age of love, where we are connected to God's source, prime creator. The power in that, and that's the whole thing that they've tried to do, is separate us from God and source through religion, now they're going to try to use the alien card very soon. Hold on, I have to bring the screen, but how do I, oh, here, there we go. Okay. Now they're going to try to use that, but there's a positive to that, because the Iran and Israel thing is eliminating more dark forces that have been controlling us. Okay, leaders that have been they're like Trump is literally chopping the head off of some of these guys, and it's going to then lead us to the disclosure of aliens and I call them extraterrestrials, but a lot of people know them as aliens, so that's why I say that. ETs, higher dimensional beings, that's what I like to call them. That's going to lead us to the disclosure of med beds and these technologies that we've been suppressed from, so that you continue to buy pills and need some need support from these medical facilities that aren't really healing you. They're not really helping you. They're not really getting to the root cause, like a med bed would. And I know a lot of people are going to be angry and pissed off when it gets released. When it gets released to the public and they find out, well, I've been in a wheelchair my entire life and they've had technologies out there that could literally change that. Or someone that doesn't hear or see, or had to went through surgery, breast surgery or facial surgery, where you could literally, I've heard people talk about that they know people personally that are military workers that had their face blown off, just about. And they went into a med bed and in 20 minutes, their face was fully reconstructed without doing surgery. Okay? You don't have to believe it, but I'm going to tell you this much. If you don't believe it, you're not going to have access to it. Again, we're creating our reality. We're co-creating our reality with God's source. If you don't believe these certain things, you won't have access to it. And it boils down to, if you don't believe something's working, it will not work. You could take an herb from the land, and everyone says that this herb helps you with something certain that you're going through. But if you don't believe that it will actually work, because the mind is that powerful, and if you're not believing that the med bed connects to your consciousness, it connects to your heart. So if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. Right? Or it's kind of the same similar thing as like QHHT or BQH, which is quantum healing hypnosis therapy. And Dolores Cannon spoke about this all the time. I got trained and certified in it, and she spoke about it all the time, that you can go in a session, and if you really truly believe it, there's people that she spoke about in her trainings. Again, you don't have to believe it, that had lungs replaced, that had their spine reconstructed in a session through the higher self, right? Oh, you're familiar with Dolores Cannon, right? Yeah, tell me about it. And I at one point I adopted her belief. Her belief was so strong. And she literally was doing sessions where a cancer tumor was removed by the higher self in the session. Okay? It's in her trainings. It's in a lot of her studies, her books, her YouTube videos, that literally you could hear the bones being reconstructed in the person's spine during a session. Okay? Now, mind you, you don't want to have expectations and go into it with expectations of, well, I'm going to get healed fully or this or that, you know? But you've got to believe that anything is possible, man. We're here in physical form. Like, how much more do you need to like have proof of? Like, you're a living being walking around. You can sit here and listen to me. I think about this all the time. I thought about this when I was a little kid. I'm like, how do people not believe that anything is freaking possible? I understand that we've been programmed and conditioned like really deeply. And I get that. And I was too at certain points. We all have been. But man, I don't know. I always broke free of it because I always questioned everything, because I always was like, there's got to be more to life than I've been told. There has to be. Like, how do certain people get access to like developing a car? And then if you really think about it, there's people that have said that they've designed something where there's a flying car, but then all of a sudden it just disappears. And I understand it, because the companies that are behind the oil and behind these car companies, they have so much money that they make it disappear. And I've always seen that since I was a little kid. But and at the same time, it's super frustrating that no matter who I talk to in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, it's like it gets really frustrating, because it's like no matter what you say, they just don't want to listen or don't want to believe it. And then I'm just like, man, if we all came together, because we are all connected and we are all one, and we put our resources together, man, we could take down the dark in a heartbeat. We can create new loving systems out of love. Instead of just being like, well, no, I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid, or I'm not going to do it because, like no one else will believe me. Well, man, you got to step up. You got to, pull your bootstraps up. You got to know that God, if you begin to, step in your power and you allow God to use you, man, trust me, God will protect you every step of the way. Interesting. Wow. I claim that the biofield serves as the primary organizing principle for biological coherence. Night. What do you mean, Presley Night? I know what you're probably going to say, Presley, but like, I'm on a roll right now, man. The flow, my God, is flowing through me right now. Organizing principles for biological coherence, aligning with the biophysical foundations established in the literature. Huh, wow. Does that mean you're leaving or something, Presley? Like you're saying goodnight? I have written a thesis called the Genesis Lot. Wow, man, I'd love to read that, man. Send it over to me if you would like to. I mean, you don't have to, but I would love to read it. If you want to share, if you want to email it to me. No, I got something going on tonight. So I felt called, like God just said, you know what, go live now, Daren. People need to hear this message. You know, I got an event I got to be at tonight. That is happening. Like literally, I don't know if it would have ended in time. So that's why you find me live right now. On this channel, man, anything goes, man. You know, sometimes we got to change it. We got to switch it up, you know? It's free for all. It's a free for all. Yeah. So now what I'm doing, I'm now making sure that every time I go live, I'm gonna have my tablet with me because it makes it so much easier, man, that I can read the chat, I can comment. I'm always telling you guys I can't type in the chat. I can't, you know what I mean? Now we're getting professional over here, man. We got the DJI mics, you know. We got the tablet going. We're professional over here. You know what I mean? The channel's growing big. You know, we gotta feed the people. But this is me just playing around with the different times. And seeing what's good. Actually, I'm kind of good that we did go live at this time to see the difference between, 5 Eastern and, I would say, wow, it's already 10:25. What? Oh yeah, because I was live for like 38 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Well, this alien extraterrestrial topic is going to have to be a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 4 because I see that okay, yeah, post it on your channel, man, and can you send me like a link to it or something like that? Can you like email me a link to it or something? I don't know if you guys can tell, man, but I went to the barber shop on Thursday. I'm not really happy with what she did. Do you guys think that this was worth $50? A $50 cut? Because I'm kind of disappointed, man. There's like she did cut around here, but it's it gets in the way. Like it's almost like she did a rush job and it was only a half an hour. And normally she does like she'll do the face and a face mask and all this kind of stuff, and she didn't do any of that. Again, she didn't charge me 50. I gave her like 52. I gave her like a $12 tip. Is that like, do you feel that was, that's what I resonated with? She charged me $40. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Presley? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with it because, like I said, when I eat, hair gets in my food, and normally when she would cut it, that didn't happen. And there's kind of like little strands like that she missed. I don't know. I think it was very rushed, man. I think I'm gonna have to find somebody else, man. I didn't have her like trim it shorter. I didn't want her to thin it out. Oh my god, that's messed up, man. What did she all do? Really? So you don't even notice. I mean, yeah, you didn't even notice a difference this time, man. Well, I mean, you can't tell that like here she like you know trimmed around them. It was like getting like really long over my lips and stuff, and now it's like she trimmed around the lips and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm kind of actually feeling the same way, man. I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna find somebody else, man. That's it. I think this was my warning sign that it's time to find somebody else. But that's really bad if you say to me, what did she actually do? Well, 12 no, but dude, it was not just 12 was the tip I gave her. The actual cut was like $40. Now you're making me feel like like, yo, what did I do? Oh, you know, okay, okay. So what would you have given then as a tip? I don't know, man. I usually tip pretty good, you know. I feel like, I just that's what I do, man. I don't, you know, and I know that, at the end of the day, man, when you give, you receive back, you know. And so I'm like just a kind person, man. If you get me and you're doing a service, I mean, you're doing a service for me, man. I'm gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important, man. At least till we get to where we don't exchange money anymore, physical money, where the fiat dollar crashes like it's on its way out already, you know? Yeah, true. Okay, well, you know what? Um, she ate nice that night, all right? She went and had a filet mignon on me, basically. She had a filet mignon on me, all right? Nah, I mean, I was kind of like Luna liked it. Luna liked it, but because a lot of the other times, Luna told me that she thinned it out too much, so you could like see my chin and everything through it. So this time she didn't do that. It's much thick. It's still thick. She made it way too thin. So Luna was like, she liked it, and then she liked this. But you know, yeah, I kind of agree, man. To be honest with you, so it's just I'm not gonna go back there, man. That's it. The streets have spoken, and we ain't going back. I just got to find somebody else now. That like kind of is like a pro at beards. And I don't want to wait till the last minute either. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. So I kind of agree, man. I kind of agree. For $52, man, nah. She she she. I guess you could say she took me for a ride. But it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna I'm going to say to myself, it is what it is. You live and you learn, And next time, I'm going to get somebody that's more, well versed in like beards, That's what I got to find. Yeah. That's what I think too. Yeah, I agree. True. Because I'm trying to grow it out long, man. And then I want to have Luna like braid it. But yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I'm gonna, I don't know what it's gonna look like next time, but I'll give it like a few weeks. While the few weeks are happening, I'll do some research, try to find someone that, you know, I was actually at this vegan spot that I've told you guys about, and while I was waiting in line, I heard this guy was like actually talking to somebody else, and he has a friend, and I know exactly where it's at, but I don't know what the barbershop is called, and I don't know what the guy's name was, and it's kind of stupid that I didn't ask, but um, he actually was talking about his friend that worked at this barbershop, and he was like he like his specialty was beards, and I didn't ask, of course, but I kind of know where it's at. So I was thinking of, looking up like barbershops in that area and see if there's only one, then I know exactly who it is, the place, and then I can just call and be like, who's someone told me that someone's at this barbershop that is specializes in beards, and then just go from there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna try. And, maybe I'll vlog it for you guys, I don't know, man. I'm going to start doing more vlogging this year. I said I was. I've got the microphone set now. I got the new DJI Mic 3, and everybody's been telling me it's fire. It sounds great. What do you think? How does it sound to you, Presley? By the way. Yeah, I know. I could do that too. You're right. But I think it would make for a good vlog. What do you think? But what do you think of the new microphone set? I've got to look on YouTube though. Sounds good, yeah. I've got to look because there's this button on the side, the orange one. When you hold it down, it's green right now, but then if I press it one more time, I think it does sound canceling, noise cancellation, but I'm not sure. I just got it last week, so I have to, you know, play around with all the settings, It's got like all this stuff, and like, the the whole thing, And what I really like about it is I have a digital display on the front of my phone, which gauges how if I'm spiking too much, and it also helps a lot with the sound baths because I'm able to see how long you guys are still hearing the sound from the bowls, which is phenomenal because it helps me a lot to know that you're still hearing it. Um, so yeah, you guys are going to get a lot of really good content now. And I've got like the DJI robotic thing that moves around when you're recording. So yeah, there's a couple things. I'm gonna start doing some really cool stuff for you guys. Trust me, man. We're gonna start doing some really good content. Um, just working through some things, man, and I'm really starting to. I'm meeting a lot of people and connecting with a lot of people that I'm gonna bring on the show. That we're gonna talk and have conversations with. I'm just trying to work all that stuff out. A lot of people that I've met already have had issues going on and this and that, and like it didn't work out, so it's just not meant to be yet. But I'm going to bring some more people on that have seen spaceships, that have had contact. I think right now I really want to like hone in on that because of the disclosure that's going to be coming. I think it's really important that we slow drip it while the government is also bringing it out. I think it's going to be very helpful for people so they're not just like sticker shocked, so to speak, you know? Um, I mean, yeah, I'm just getting all the stuff. I got my new case. So now the phone doesn't drop on the floor, you know? So I'm just getting things in order, man. And, you guys are going to see some really cool stuff coming this year, 2026. Trust me, man. And it's going to be disclosure of a lot of things that I'm just being guided to share as the disclosure happens on the world stage. You know what I mean? So um, a lot is coming, man. I said it, and it's going to be this year is a big year, man. If you guys thought 2020 was crazy and changed and like the planet changed for like what's the word, like 2020, like it never was the same after 2020. Well, 2026, man. Oh my God. I just say it with like it's not laughing. I'm not laughing like in that way. It's going to be something that you will never forget. That's all I'll say at this moment, you know. It's something we all will never forget. Because this is going to change everything. And I mean, I'm talking about from down to the medical systems, the way we travel. And I was speaking about it earlier because there is teleportation. We don't have to get on a freaking antiquated plane. It's like the days of a horse and buggy, even a car. There's technologies that are so far surpassed that have been suppressed from us that they don't want because they want us in. It's like snail mail, the car, you know, and they've gotten us so used to it because it's been for what, decades. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's always said, like humanity doesn't like change, you know, and it's very difficult to get a group to change or just even one individual. Oh, I'm so used to this job I go to. I'm so used to this career. I'm so used to this relationship. Even if that relationship or that job is creating suffering, people still don't want to change. Even if living where you're living is creating suffering, people don't want to change. So how do you think like bringing aliens down with spaceships, and now we have a new form of travel? You think it's going to be easy for people to, like easily like trust that when people don't even trust their neighbor, not alone trust some being that looks completely different than them, you know? And then trusting that they're going to get in a spaceship with them and they're going to fly to their friend on the other side of the world. You know what I mean? Or potentially go out of this, you know, where we are currently, you know, like into outer space to another planet, you know, when people don't even, like I said, they don't even trust their sister or their brother, not alone some weird looking like alien like this with big eyes and, you know, and which in fact, we're them and they are us. And, you know, like when you leave, you're probably going to go to another planet where you're like some commander and you look like this and you're some tall commander, you know, on another planet running a whole group of higher dimensional beings. So it's like, you know, you could say the government is releasing this out, but there is higher dimensional beings, Pleiadians and different like races controlling everything. The Galactic Federation, the secret space program, all this stuff happening behind the scenes, the white hats, all behind the scenes, moving this forward. So that knowing when humanity is ready, knowing when humanity is ready for the next bit of information or drip, you know, it took a very long time for them to drip out the Epstein files. Granted, you could say that's the government, but again, as I said, there's races that are in a higher frequency and a higher vibration controlling all of it, moving this forward, whether you want to believe it or not. And they know exactly when humanity is ready for the next stage and the next phase. They know it. And so the fact of the matter is, yeah, they've had to slow drip us everything, because it'd be too much for the nervous system to just dump it all on us, you know. And believe me, when they say like, oh, the FBI was like going through what files they were going to release and all this horrific stuff, it's not really them, man. I don't think any human could sit there and go through that from a human. Like, that's not conscious, and actually go through that and be able to stomach all that, like going through over and over this horrific stuff. So it has to be beings that are of a higher vibration. And trust me when I tell you, they're amongst us, and they've been amongst us. And I mean, myself and Luna included have seen them. We communicate with them all the time, you know. And going forward, humanity is going to be working with them. We're going to be able to like disappear through walls and go back and forth through dimensions, and get on a spaceship and fly in seconds to Italy from New Jersey. You know, this stuff is all available to us. It's been available. And no, it's definitely not demons, man. It's definitely not demons. You know, it's like you got to open up your mind to other possibilities. We're not the only race. And not only that, the only reason you're human is, and what you would call human, is because this vessel is what they have identified as human, takes you around for while you're here in human form. That's it. That's all it is. When your soul leaves, you potentially quite literally are an alien, or if you want to call it an alien, or another race, or part of, like I said, the Galactic Federation, or the secret space program, or who knows what, Pleiadians, Lyrans, Orion, people, beings from Atlantis. They're still all of God. We're all of God. We all came from God, and we'll all go back to God. Again, this has happened to divide and separate us, to keep us enslaved, so that for their own selfish reasons. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm not really vibing with that word. It's like the word alien. I don't like, I think it's derogatory. It's like using the N word. It's no different. I feel like it's derogatory. So I call them ETs, or extraterrestrials, or higher dimensional beings, because they are higher dimensional beings. They're of a higher vibration and frequency. That doesn't make them better than us. We can be at that vibration and frequency too. But we have been kept purposefully at the lower frequency and vibration so that we don't have access to them. So that we don't have access to med beds. So that we don't have access to these higher technologies. so that they can keep us dumbed down, stupid, and enslaved. Keep us in fear and controlled, you know? But this is just part one of this live stream. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, man, please subscribe to the channel. I got to get going because I only have a few minutes before I have to get on this call, this Zoom call at 11. So I'm glad that I got the opportunity to do this live stream. And I'm going to make another thumbnail for part 2 and a part 3. And I think every week we're going to have discussions about aliens and extraterrestrials and higher dimensional beings and the secret space program. And I'm going to bring somebody on. I hope to bring somebody on weekly, or maybe not weekly, because I want to have a discussion with you guys too, and a Q&A on the topic. But I also want to bring people on. So maybe every other week I'll bring somebody on that can talk about their experiences with it. But we're going to do this weekly. Do you guys like this? Presley, tell me before I go. Do you like this on Saturdays? This topic to be on Saturdays? Once a week, and depending on if I have somebody, I'll bring somebody on, or it'll just be me or Luna. I would love to bring Luna on and interview her, man, and talk to her about her experiences with extraterrestrials and contact and everything. That will hopefully happen very, very soon as well. But what do you guys think? Like, do you like this to be Saturdays? And then one of the other days during the week, I'm going to do just a straight up Q&A. And then another day of the week, I'll bring somebody on, I think, randomly to have different conversations. Plus, I have a podcast that's going to be getting going, but it's kind of at a halt for the moment. The person involved and the persons involved is going through stuff right now, so it is what it is. We have to pivot. And this is me just trying to figure out different days to do different things, to offer, so we can help everybody to wake up and be prepared for what's coming. Because it is, and we're close. And things are about to change, and things are ramping up even more and more than they were before. 2026, I mean, you're going to see it go by like the blink of an eye. February and January has flown by. February is gone. Today's the last day. We're into March. Time is speeding up because it's collapsing. Just like the financial system, just like the medical systems, just like everything is collapsing because we're going to be creating new. And humanity's coming back more to like community-based living, heart-centered living, all of it. So I'm assuming Presley might have left. But if you guys, like this for Saturday, I'm going to try to do this for Saturdays and make this the day that... Hold on one second, guys. Let me just hear something real quick. So yeah, anyways, I got to get going, guys. I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Presley. Thank you, everyone that pulled up and interjected in the conversations. Yeah, man, I love y'all, man. And I will talk to you guys soon, very, very soon. And, thank you again for all that you contribute to the world and the changes that are occurring, because you are a bright light and you are helping to change the world, to make this place a better place for us all. And that's what's happening, and that's what's going to happen. So I love y'all, man. I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go.